Well, you see him right here on Channel 2 News often. He's teaching us about bears, the fish, and other wildlife.
That's right. We're talking about the one and only Chris Healy,
Yep.
who's retiring from the Nevada Department of Wildlife this week.
Retiring. Wow.
Ryan Canada sat down with Healy to talk about future plans. I'm sure umpiring's in there, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
And we've watched Chris on TV for a long time.
Yeah, you know, Chris Healy has been a public figure here in Northern Nevada for more than 35 years. You know, he's really our go-to guy, our expert on all things wildlife related. But what may come to a surprise to some is this man is much deeper role in our community.
In baseball, the identity of the umpire can often remain a mystery. But that's not the case for this ref of nearly 45 years. When this man in black removes his mask, it's a familiar face, one that you've likely seen on TV for decades.
Now right here in Reno, everybody talking about the wolf pack of Nevada.
Back in the early 80s, Chris Healy's career in television began right here on Channel 2 News as the weekend sportscaster.
Any Giant fan worth his Willie Mays baseball card knows the Giants have never played well in June.
But despite his love for sports, the stint lasted less than 5 years, something Healy says was a blessing in disguise.
All the skills that I acquired at Channel 2 made it possible for the Department of Wildlife to hire me. It's up to us to make sure the bears don't get into trouble.
It was this role at Endow where Healy made himself a well-known figure in Northern Nevada. In fact, for the last 31 years, Healy has been appearing in our newscasts, informing the community about the do's and don'ts of the great outdoors.
We preach that respect for the animals in all situations, and hopefully that's the one thing that I would like to leave with people is to, let's treat those animals the way they should be treated.
But his love for wildlife didn't just happen on the job. In his spare time, Healy is still a man of nature. He grew up with a fishing rod in his hand and even passed that knowledge on to his family.
That's a nice sized fish.
When they were younger, they'd get out of school and immediately we'd be packing up and heading somewhere and go camping.
In fact, Healy's wildlife has even come home with him. His backyard is filled with dozens of trees, a garden, and 2 tortoises. In the coming months, Chris is going to be seeing a lot more of his backyard. And that's because this Friday, he's retiring, and his long tenure at Endow will come to an end. His first order of business is to spend more time with his wife Carol of 30 years. And beyond that, he also hopes to do more for himself.
More time in the gym, more time fishing, more time on the baseball field. It sounds like a pretty cool life to me.
Let me just say, Chris Healy is one awesome guy. It seems like there's nothing he doesn't do. He actually plans to continue umpiring for at least the next 5 years. Covering the story live in the studio, Ryan Canada, Channel 2 News.